is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
This is only a test.
DJs and MCs. This DJ, he gets down.
Listen to this jockey's introduction to
Two DJs and a mic with your host, DJ Mike.
Is that a timetable?
And DJ JP.
Well, get on it. It's your turn.
Give me the mic.
Welcome to another episode of Two DJs and One Mic with myself, the sexy one with the onesie, and we got Captain Freeze over there, DJ JP in his onesie, and we're blessed here with the great Todd Sickmiller, aka Wolverine. How you doing, Todd?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me, both of you.
We owe these onesies to my man Todd. He said he was gonna hook us up, and he hooked us up. We were supposed to wear these at Harvest of Sound, but we weren't able to make it. But we are live and in person now in these onesies.
Live and in memory. We really appreciate it. We appreciate it. No, the onesie is actually pretty warm, Todd. It's
really?
Yes, it got a little heat to it.
Well, I try, like I said, I try to get you all some material that kind of breathes. Some of these that I get, I'm not so sure they do. You all remember this one here? I grab it. This was the one from
oh yes,
Atlantic City. You all saw.
What is that? Yabba Dabba Doo, Fred Flint?
Yeah, it has Game Over on it. It was a gaming related one. I had the red one, and Jay the DJ, Jay Dowdy, had the yellow one on. These are just cotton, so I thought they would be cool. And I'm gonna tell you what, about halfway through that party when I was up there with you all, these things were so hot. I was about to come out of it.
We need our own personal fan.
Yeah.
Like we in a costume.
Yeah, you definitely cooling system for your onesies.
Yeah, you definitely need a fan. To keep it cool. Yeah. Keep it all cool. Yes. So are you working tomorrow, Todd?
No, I actually have not booked this year, which at first I was kind of a little distraught or disappointed about, but I've had such a busy year this year. Now with the live streaming on kick.com and stuff, I'm actually fine with that. I'm going to completely enjoy not having a gig tomorrow night. I will be DJing online tomorrow night, but yeah, I'm actually enjoying the winter break, having some time off.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I just got messed up with those eyes behind you.
I know. I saw that too. I was like,
I can change it to something else if it gets too bad. You just let me know.
I just wondered if that was really it back there blinking. Then I said, oh, he's got the lights in the back. Man, this guy here.
So what that guy does, he's my attendant. So like, this is my studio I use for live streaming. So say I got to run to grab another drink or something like that, or I got to use the restroom or something, I turn it over to him. There he's good.
What's his name?
He's got it. Fred
from Sickmiller and Associates.
Yeah,
Fred got it.
Okay, I just want Fred to know that
I did this too. I got my red cup, and
yeah,
cheers to each and every one of you. They're tuning in.
I just want Fred to know that he's a little creepy.
Yeah, because I was like, "Am I dreaming? Am I seeing stuff?" And I said, "Oh no, that's a part of the show. That's Todd's show back there.
There you go.
Side to side, up and down, blinking." I'm like, "Okay, he's trying to creep us out," but we understand.
Right now he's on auto mode, but I actually have an app for him that's music related. So if things happen in the music, he'll blink his eyes more, and he goes all crazy. Right now, I just got him on just auto mode.
Oh man,
he's even music reactive. Yes, very much so.
Cool. Wow.
So let's jump into this thing. Todd, so tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into DJing and all of that good stuff? Let us know something about you.
United States Air Force. Thank you. And that's where I knew Jay is like, oh, fellow Air Force guy. I was in the United States Air Force in Brussels, Belgium. I got there in the fall of 1987, and I was there to the spring of 1990. And I used to go downtown to a club called the Palladium, and that's where Belgian new beat music was just getting its start. I lucked out, actually got to meet Maurice, who, aka Mr. Praga Khan. The people that know the early house and acid house and in funky house days, he's responsible for a lot of that music. But yeah, I went into clubs and just listening to that new beat music. I never considered being a DJ. I always wanted to be a computer guy, which I am also. And I was just like, you know, it's something I want to do. So I started talking to him, which was always cool about there. There was another club called the Ancient Belgique, which was a small club that bands would come through that were starting out in Europe and some of the United States, smaller bands would go. And there was a bar upstairs from the actual room where they all performed, and they'd come up there and drink beer and just talk to people and stuff like that. So I got to know Maurice pretty well, talking to him about it. And I think we've talked about this before, but not on the show. But I mean, I didn't even know what I was doing. You know, I was like, I want to DJ. So Bitburg Air Force Base was our first, our closest support Air Force base, because in Brussels there was no base. I was stationed on NATO, and I went into the BX and I bought a little Newmark 2-channel, one of those old metal Newmark mixers, and I bought turntables originally. So I bought linear tracking turntables, thinking this was what I need. And I quickly realized when I actually talked to another guy I met at Bitburg that was a DJ, he's like, those are not going to work for what you're wanting to do. And then I was like, I didn't own a lot of vinyl. CDs were out then. I was a CD guy. So I was like, okay, I can buy all this vinyl, get the right turntables, or I can get into CDs. So I was always a CD DJ. I bought 2 Carver rack mountable CD players, and I built myself a box, kind of like a 6U, that had both of those CD players in it. That Newmark pop running through there, and then out from that Newmark into an old Onkyo like house amplifier. It was probably 80 watts, if that.
Wow.
For that, I was pushing. I had 2 of those great big Hughes Serwa Vega. I think they called them earth movers or something. I'd bought them off some
Yep.
earth shakers or whatever. Guy was getting out of the Air Force. He's like, I'll sell them to you for $100 a piece. And I bought both of those from him and immediately had to buy a van. It's so, we're able to get those things around.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first setup. And basically, I went to the NCO club and the officers clubs and said, hey, I'm a newer DJ and I'm looking for gigs. And the rest is history. I started DJing in those clubs for basically food. They'd feed me a meal and get my name out there. And then each one of the dorms there on base had their own little bars in it, like the security police officers, they had their own little dorm bar. So then I started playing in their dorm bar, and they allowed me to put out a big old tip jar. So they actually did it. They put out a big old German beer stein for me, and that thing started filling up. The more weekends I would do gigs, the more and more it the passion was there.
Wow.
So
yeah. What a start.
Wow. So that's a good one. You know, your first paycheck was DJing was food. Do you remember the first meal?
They were not paying us money. It was all about food.
So do you remember what that first meal was?
It actually was not bad. It was because as me being Air Force, my Army friends like to give me a lot of crap about it. I believe it was almost like an upgrade from a Salisbury steak, like a chopped steak with a baked potato and some green beans, or haricots, as they used to call them then, because that was over in Europe, fancy string beans. But yeah, it was pretty nice. It was good stuff.
You know, it's it's always amazing to hear the backstory, and see those humble beginnings.
Right.
When you were so in love with the so in love with the art form, DJing,
Mhm.
that a Salisbury steak was okay.
Yeah.
I was completely fine with that. If they would have probably said to me, you got to pay us $50 to come in here and play at our club, I would have probably done it
Wow.
because, like I said, I was just starting out, and it was like I would go out and just literally on Saturdays I'd set up like in the yard outside the dormitory, and people would come around. And I remember I'd gone to the BX and bought an old like card table, and it was like setting all that stuff on top on the card table, and my rack underneath with my CD players, and put the speakers on the ground each end of it. And I just start playing music out in the yard, and people would come around, and I was just happy to have people play. And I mean that ball evolved to I went to Desert Storm. After I got out of Desert Storm, they were like, "Hey, you ready to re-up and stay in?" And I was like, "No, send me back to the United States." And I got back to the United States, and for whatever reasons, I decided that I was going to find a job right away, not take any of the unemployment stuff that they give you. And of course, let me hang up on this person. They knew I was in something tonight. I told them that. I think she did that on purpose. So she knew I was on this. So, but anyways, they I got back. I said, "Nah, I'm going to go back stateside." I got back stateside and went around trying to find different jobs. And I lucked into I have a very talented family, and my uncle was a magician. He was going around the East Coast doing magic for elementary schools, drug awareness magic for kids. So I was his assistant, and I did that for about a year. And then it wasn't paying a whole lot, and he decided to wrap that up. And I found myself over in Kernersville, North Carolina, which is right between Winston-Salem and Greensboro. And there was a new club that opened up called Hellenbach's. And it's just like it sells Hellenbach, but Hellenbach's. And it was a German, basically rave club. It was going to be a dance club. And their niche was they didn't even open up to 10 o'clock at night. They were going to be open all night when all the other clubs were closing up. Last call was like 1 a.m. at most clubs. They would run from 10 to 1. They'd have alcohol to then. And then after 1 o'clock, they shut their bar down, and it was, bring your own in, you BYOB. And I lucked out with those guys. I started doing a lot of like acid house and rave music and stuff like LA style. James Brown is Dead. The old Progacon, Injected with a Poison. I remember like the first time that I heard Injected with a Poison, like in the early 90s, it was like, I know that guy. I lucked out, like I said, being in Brussels when he was putting Lords of Acid together in those groups. But yeah, I did that 3.5 years, club DJ. And I quickly realized that you can't just be a club DJ. If you're a club DJ, you better have another job. So I would literally go in there. I'd get there at midnight. There was a guy that come on before me, 10 to midnight. I get there from midnight. I'd play from like midnight to 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. Get down to the club, get in my car, run home real fast, take a shower. And by 8 a.m., I was at Food Fair in North Carolina stocking groceries on the shelves so that I could pay my rent. And
Man.
So, yeah, those were the days.
Todd,
I wouldn't change it for a thing. I would not change it for a thing.
That's an experience. And the fact that you say you wouldn't change it for a thing, that means a whole lot.
Yeah.
That means that there was a lot of lessons in there. And we want to thank everyone for joining us on this special day. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, so we wanted to close the year with doing the show on the 30th instead of the 31st, because it's going to be kind of crazy. People are working, people are, making decisions on how they want to live their life in 2025. So we wanted to do that right now and come on today. We know this is not the regular day. So next week you will see us on Tuesday. Again, we're here joined with Todd Sickmiller of Sickmiller in associates, as Jay say. But,
Sickmiller and Associates, Sickmiller Entertainment.
yes.
Yeah.
So we want to thank Todd again. You know, we met Todd in Boston over a year ago, and we've been cool ever since. So if y'all don't like that, Todd, will let the claws come out and stick you with them.
Yeah.
He's Wolverine today.
Yes. But, you know, Todd hit on something, man, and me and you've been talking about it a little bit this week about being a club DJ.
Yes.
We jumped on the subject today, and Todd, even I don't know how long ago it's been, but he hit right on the point. You can't survive being a club DJ. You just can't. And I don't know if you put anything in there, but Todd, are you still doing clubs these days?
I do. So I'm just outside Nashville, Tennessee. I'm literally 30 miles out of Nashville. I don't go downtown Nashville. I have a lot of friends that play the clubs down on Broadway and in Nashville, and I hear stories about it that, you know, they're in there from like 9 o'clock at night to 1 or 2 in the morning, and they're getting paid like $200 for that and stuff. And the thing is, you think, who would do that? But there's folks that want it on their resume that, hey, I played a club in Nashville, Tennessee on Broadway, and they're willing to take it. So, but I play the little town I'm in, Lebanon. There's a couple of sports bars here that I've done like 70s and 80s, you know, rock for and stuff like that.
So
matter of fact, I did that the other night, did a 70s, 80s and hair band night for them.
So Todd, have you ever just went to them, hey, I need more money, and trying to renegotiate?
With them, probably they just say, oh, we can find somebody else. So now they're very good to me. I play there usually for like 8 to midnight, which, you know, 4 hours. They pay me $300, which really sounds like not great, but for this little town, it's actually pretty decent. And I always go home with a really large pizza too. So there you go. I get a pizza.
Very working for food.
Yeah. You know, that's why we're not going to get into this, but that was when you know, I felt the one night you all had the gentleman on, and I was like, I made that comment about, I said I would never stick a club DJ in a wedding, and what I was meaning by that was because I come from being a club DJ is I would not feel right doing that to somebody who's never done weddings before.
Oh yeah,
you can be an excellent club DJ, but you go, hey, here's a wedding, go do this, go have a consultation with the bride and groom. That's what I was trying to say is I would want to train them first. Yeah. I think he took it as I was saying that club DJs don't belong in weddings, and I never meant that at all. So if that gentleman's listening tonight, that is not what I meant. I meant that I would not, in my heart, feel right sending someone out there without the proper training. You know, if they've never done a wedding before.
We understand. We got you. And as an owner of companies and different things, we would never do that to anybody too. It takes a lot to do a wedding. There's a lot of little details, and you only got one time to do this. But it's just an interesting topic with the club scene because it hasn't went up. Just think, 20 years ago, 250? And it's still 250 because there's somebody behind you that wants it on. Like you said, I love what you said about the resume. So I will go play a club for $250. And
I mean, now there is. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard there's rumors of some of the bigger name DJs that are well known down on Broadway. Like they don't even, you know, walk in and stick their USB drive into the house equipment stuff like under $1,500. But I don't know if that's true. I haven't experienced it firsthand, but I do know some folks that play down on Broadway, and I've been told that the average is, if it's somebody that's not very well known, like 175 to 200, and like the top dogs down there, the ones that are more frequent, stuff like that, maybe 300 to 350 tops.
Wow.
Yeah, like 200 to 250 is the average. So,
let me ask this, guys. First, what's up, KG? What's up, KC? What's up, Kevin, Mr. Pitts, Mad Scientist? Let me ask this to both of you guys. With the club scene, you know, the price points of what someone could make. And me and Jeff talked about this earlier, Todd. Do you think that part of the problem is because we're in an industry where there is no standards. There is no, nothing is standardized. Nothing is put in place that says, hey, in order for you to work as a DJ, you have to be at a certain age with a certain level of skills, and you have to have some form of a certification that confirms that. Because our industry, you can take a 5-year-old and they can go DJ and make money because we have no standards. So with that, do you think that that's part of the problem or all of the problem?
Go ahead, Todd.
I think it's a partial. I think there's an argument for that. And I think in this day and time, you've got, people that are hiring the DJs are going out and looking at your TikToks and your Instagrams, your Facebooks, and looking at like the sets the DJs do. But I completely agree with you. There's a lot of people that say, hey, I'm a DJ and I can do these transitions and I can do these tricks and I can do these things. And they demand the high dollars. And then you'll have another DJ that comes through that just loves to play music that maybe, people are saying, well, you're not a real DJ. But I hate to say it, that person they're calling not the real DJ is a guy that's going to go out there, do it for $300 or $400 because he loves it. Does it hurt the rest of us? Probably so. I think also your market plays in it because I can go an hour east of here to a marina where, people rent the houseboats and people live there in houseboats stuff. And I can play a club there and play 4 hours and they pay me $1,000.
Wow.
So then I'm back into almost my wedding rates, So I think it just all depends on your market and what the venues, because those venues are talking to each other. But as far as like, hey, have you gone through any type of training? Do you have any type of licensing dealing? I think there's an argument for it. Do I think it's going to be something like that's going to be put together anytime soon? No. And I hate that time and time again, I see the newer DJs that people say, don't undersell yourself, but they don't explain to the newer DJs what that means and why people aren't willing to pay them as much as they maybe pay someone else because of the equipment they have or the experience they have. And when they say don't undersell yourself, but then they're not willing to give that help to those newer DJs, that's when it hurts my heart because I'm all about giving back. But I'll stop there, let you interject, and we can go from there.
I mean, I agree. And like Kevin said, although I don't do clubs, it's about how big is your following, how many people can you bring into the. But see, it's not even that, Kevin. It's like you can create a following, then tell them you want to raise, and they'll replace you with that kid who can't even DJ. As long as he's going to show up and play good music, it's the club owners have the rule over everybody. We don't stick together. So if Mike was DJing somewhere and Mike got fired and they call me, hey, Jeff, can you come DJ? And it's crazy because I had this very same situation not too long ago. They called one of the other DJs that worked with me and offered him less money to come and do the same job we were doing. Because it's just, and like you say, I just want to get on and said I did it there. It's so crazy. I don't know how we fix it. Standardization, union, something. But I mean, as long as you got somebody hungry behind you, willing to go for a little bit of nothing, I don't think it's going to ever change.
Yeah. And if I can, Kevin's first statement was, no, that's not part of the problem because you can't force owners to go by what you think are the rules.
Yeah.
Well, in regards to that, when you look at other professions, there's a standard, and people follow those standards, or they can be fined. We don't have any of that, and not saying that it's going to happen anytime soon, or it can't happen. It can happen if we all come together and make it happen, but there's no standards, there's no schools, there's nothing in regards to that. So whereas some people can capitalize off of that, there's a lot of people that don't. And when it comes to the clubs, if you're not a radio DJ or some big time DJ from a group or something else, you're not able to demand that top dollar. Because those are the people that they're willing to pay, like what, in regards to what Kevin said about your numbers. Those are the people that they look at and say they have numbers behind them.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, to me, I think it messes up the industry. It muddies up the water. Because you can have anybody that just jump in there and say that they're a DJ and say they go do a high-end event and must mess up the event, and everybody at that event changes their mindset in regards to how they see a DJ and what they're willing to pay a DJ. So you did an event with 400 people and you gave them a shabby idea of what a DJ is. So the value went, say, hypothetically speaking, from $2,000 down to $300.
Just like that.
Yeah. And to me,
I
that can
totally
happen.
agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I have brides and grooms come back to me. I do a consultation. I explain what I am putting together for them. It's like, I'm not just coming here to play music for you. I'm putting together an experience for you. I want to make sure, what I always tell my bride and grooms, it's like, I want to make sure your day, be it your rehearsal the night before or that morning or whatever in your day, is the least stressful, most wonderful day, that you don't have to worry about anything, because you have confidence that I show up, I'm going to do exactly what I promised you, and I'm going to do it professionally. And at the end of the night, people are going to tell you how wonderful and how much fun they had, how wonderful their wedding was, and how much they enjoyed the DJ. And that comment you made where someone can just buy the equipment and call themselves DJ, that is correct. But the thing I see people that are doing that because they have a love for music and they're reaching out for help. And I think there's a need for education, that we could educate those people that, I hear people, oh, I got ghosted because such and such lowballed me or undercut me. But I think it's an educational thing. I don't know that all those DJs that are taking those low amounts are doing it on purpose.
I agree, Todd.
They think that's what they're worth. And I think that's an education thing, to where the more seasoned or educated DJs should be willing to reach out and work with those people. And I think people are like, well, they don't want the help. I don't believe that either. I don't think it's being as offered as much as it could be. And I think if it was offered, I think it's time for some of the seasoned DJs to give back more than they do. And
I agree.
Wow. That's good. That's good right there. I agree. And well, like I say, it's just, there's always somebody behind you willing to take your spot for less, though.
And the easy thing to do, guys, the easy thing to do is to do nothing. And act as if you're doing something.
Just complain.
Because a lot of us will talk about how we're being undercut and so forth, but we will not help a person to save our lives.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, Todd. That's another big piece, or another big part of the problem, is that those that don't know don't help enough.
Yeah.
Because it could change if those of us that know start to putting our best foot forward and doing our part. But for some sick reason, some people are capitalizing off of that.
Yeah.
And some people, whether we accept it or not, they don't want anything to be done about it, because from a skill set standpoint, they may not be doing everything that they should do to be better. And they may be a part of the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. Okay, reflecting on 2024, What is the single best moment you've experienced this year? And why did it stand out? Or why does it stand out for you?
Wow. Todd, you got anything for us?
I think for me, it was looking outside the box because I came into 2024 with the idea of, okay, this is going to be another busy wedding season. I need to get some help. I'm 55 years old. I'm like, I need to get myself some help. And over the year, like I said, I was able to bring on another DJ. Hello to Jerry Longbine. Good to see you, brother. He was just here in Nashville having dinner with me the other night.
Is he a military guy too?
What's that, Longbine?
Air Force guy, yeah.
I don't know if he is or not. You ask him.
I'll ask him. Jerry, you served any time in the service? And where are you at? Oh, he's here in Dallas.
He's in Dallas. He's right in your all's neck of the woods. So
you have to meet Jerry.
But yeah, it was bringing on another somebody that assisted me with my photo booths, because I have 4 photo booths, that wanted to learn how to DJ, and I could have very easily said,
no,
yeah, let me, hook you up. I'll let you come shadow me, something like that. But no, I basically went into the mindset of it. What if I was just starting? What would I be looking? Where would I be looking at? And then I used my experience to make sure when I went out and found that starting stuff for him, that he wasn't being given something bad. He wasn't being given bad training, that he was getting quality training. And then I guess really the biggest thing, the moment that I experienced this year that really stands out even more so than that, was my upping my live streaming game. I mean, I went from 2023 to live streaming like maybe every other week or something to live streaming 3 nights a week now. And the community that I have met through a live streaming platform, and what they give back has just been absolutely amazing. They've welcomed me in. I'll give you an example. Like Saturday, I was working with a group that it was 11 different content creators throughout the day, did 1 hour each, and we raised money during the live stream for Samaritans over in England. And basically they're a suicide crisis group that, or anything, if you need someone to call and talk to. But the fact that I'm able to donate my time and give back to stuff like that, it's just absolutely amazing. And like tomorrow, I open up what's called House of Reggae, and it's a group called Team Shine that I knew of, but a little bit over a year ago, they invited me to become part of Team Shine and do House of Reggae with them, and I do that every Tuesday now. And
wow,
that group, I'm proud to call them all my brothers and sisters, because I have literally, a lot of them I've never met in person, and it's a family. It's an absolute family, and the things that I don't know if they realize, I'm hoping some are watching this, that they always thank me for what I give, but it's what I get from them.
Wow.
That's
deep.
It's deep. Like, I know that any one of them, if I've got issues or problems or anything I want to talk about, I can reach out to any one of those people, and they're going to be right there for me. So
wow.
I'll leave it at that. The live stream community has definitely been my high point of 2024.
That's wonderful.
So
Mike,
what is a moment for you?
Man, let me pick one.
Because it has been a hell of a year.
Yeah, it has. And it's hard for me. A moment for me is meeting, and I have to make it moments, is meeting the people that I've met, like Todd, from other places, and the relationships that have came from it. It's those moments that for this year have been huge for me. It's just meeting a total stranger and establishing a bond. that's not based off of something fictitious.
Yeah. And I want to say this real quick. I don't think there's a stranger in the DJ community that you can meet. Like I told you, me and Darrell have seen each other one time, and it's like we've been friends, and that's been over 7-8 years ago. And it's like we've been friends ever since that day. I'm with you on that one, but go ahead. I don't want to cut you. I just wanted to say that I don't think you meet a stranger in the community if they want to be friendly.
Well, and I agree with you on that, but you meet people that you've never seen before, and the love that has been given from those relationships, they're breathtaking. So I'm just saying, even when we first met Todd at the table checking in, and from that point, from him asking you how was your stomach.
And I'll explain a little bit more about that, but you go ahead.
From that point, we have been, cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. So for me, it's those type of moments that really have been special for me in 2024.
Well, I'm going to give you one because this never ceases to amaze me. But mine was when we were at DJ Mobile Entertainment Expo out in Vegas. And we were sitting next to Midwest DJ Lives. I don't really care about who we overstepping on this time or whatever the case may be. And immediately those guys gravitated to us and automatically just immediately, never hearing us do an interview, just seeing what we were all about, professionalism and everything. I want you guys at our show. So I'm always shocked because I think me and Mike are just doing, we're doing what we love with this podcast and talking and trying to educate. And it just, I was blown away. Same. I don't know the only reason I'm not saying it was when we first interviewed Rob that actually owns MEX and PBX, and he called us right back and asked us to come. There's been, like you said, there's been moments. It's been all kind of moments this year, just meeting different people, making phone calls, and hey, we love what you guys are doing for the industry. Sean with DJX, everything, man. It's just, hey, Joe, Mike and Jeff want to talk to you. Okay, cool. Come on in, have them in. I'm going to give them a cue of the new booth. It's just so many things with the industry, man. And, being able to pull back the curtain for the people who are not able to attend and some who just haven't been able, who have attended. So it's just it's really cool, all the different things we get to do and meet people get to meet and see and all of that stuff. So, I'm just blown away by all the love we get that sometimes I don't see it, but it happens and you be like, really? You just go invite us in your house and, just like that. And I'm gonna read this what Cal said. DJ Kick Around this year, seeing DJs having fun, showing mixes they love to create and enjoying being with one another. That was a good. That was a good one.
I had the opportunity.
Yeah,
I had the opportunity to sit there and mix and play around with Cal at the DJ contest this year. Yeah. So.
Yep.
As you remember up there at DJX, I said you all, if we're failing the kids, we're all doomed. And kids, the fact that the kids want to know about this and what Kevin put there about doing career days and talking to the students and about owning business and being a DJ, BJ at KJ, 100%. I'm 100% is like earlier when I was saying about giving back to the people that are DJing and like you said, teenage kids are out there and stuff. Anytime I can give back, I do dances for like middle schools and stuff. Like last year, I donated the middle school prom to them. And people are like, you donated a prom? You're out of your mind. You know what? I got 3 weddings off of it because older sisters heard what I did for their little sister and little brother. And I had no intention of that ever happening. But the word gets out. You donate or you give back. But yeah, 100%, Kevin. The kids are 100% on it. But real quick, the reason I asked you about the stomach thing is Chris Carr, being the great guy he is, I was there the day before helping set up everything, and he took everybody out to dinner that night. And we went to a Korean barbecue. And
Uh-oh.
some of the food was decent, but some of it was a little spicy. And Jay, I honestly thought you were there with us. So at first, was thus the comment, "How's your stomach?" But it is it's a icebreaker. So like I told,
it broke the ice.
I was asking somebody, I was like, "Hey, how's your cat?" And they're like, "I don't even have a cat." You're a dog person? And the reason I've done this is I looked up growing up is my father was a minister, and my grandfather was Robert Maxwell, which he was the president of AARP in the early 90s and stuff like that. But my grandpa taught me or told me growing up, and I'm sure a lot of people will say, "Hey, yeah, your parents said this to you too." He said, "Never have a conversation with a stranger." And I just took that as, don't talk to strangers. Don't talk to strangers. That is not what he meant. Exactly what you're saying. He was like, make friends of everybody. Never have a conversation with a stranger. If someone's willing to spend the time to talk to you, get to know them, find out what they're about. And I'll tell you what, it's situational. You've got to be careful. I'm not telling every DJ to run out and just start asking your bride and grooms and their parents how their cat is or that kind of stuff. You've got to be careful with it, especially in today's society. But I can tell you, it has opened doors because, like, I sit and study the people that are considering booking me or are booking me, and I maybe see pictures of dogs on their Facebook, stuff like that. So I'll bring up that conversation, be like, "So you're a dog person?" "Oh yeah, but I really don't like cats." And I was like, "Well, you got a cat?" "Well, I don't like cats. My mom loves cats." This will be the bride. Ching! Now I know what to talk to mom about.
Yeah.
See, so it works. You got to be careful with it, but it works. So that I've had these off the wall conversations like that get me into some doors that probably I would not have today. One of them being that one of my corporate companies here in the Nashville area is Walmart. I do all the local Walmart distribution centers corporate events. And I basically got that off of sitting in a pizza place in downtown Lebanon, Tennessee. And some lady overheard me talking to another guy about skydiving. And she's like, "Yeah, I went down and did tandem skydiving." And I started talking to her about, "Oh, you want to learn to skydive? Tandems are great, but this and all that." And we started talking about skydiving, and that led into, "Well, what do you do?" And like, "Well, I'm an IT manager by day, but I'm a DJ on nights and weekends. I have my own DJ company. Now I've got Walmart through it." So there you go.
All right. So we could be here all night getting into this. So lesson learned. What's the most valuable lesson learned in 2024 taught you, and how will you apply it to 2025? Mike, we'll let you go first.
I would say one of my most valuable lessons learned in 2024 would be applying myself 100%. I discovered that I was not giving all that I had, and how that's going to help me in 2025 is going to assure that when I do something, I'm giving everything that I got, no matter how good or bad I am in it. Because sometimes we're good at things and we get stuck at being good instead of being great. And that 100% gives you the ability to be great.
All right. Todd, what you got?
I think for 2024 for me, my biggest lesson learned was it's okay to say no.
Good one.
Coming out of COVID 2020, before 2020, I didn't have Sickmiller Entertainment. I was a DJ for hire. So I had 3 different companies that I was out doing weddings through contract. And I came through COVID. One of the companies left and went to another state. One got out of the DJ business completely. It's doing like casino games and drapery and stuff like that. And the third one basically said, "I just can't afford to bring on other people anymore. I'm just going to do it myself." So that was why I brought it on myself, and I burned myself out. 21, 22, man, I 22, I looked it up. I had like 46 events. And everybody's like, oh, that's not that much. For one guy,
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
I just want to do 1 to 2 weddings a month. That's all I wanted.
Wow.
And I was doing one almost every single weekend, plus corporate events. But this year, 2024, I started in 2024. Let's go. We're going to do this again. And when I started training on Mark and started bringing him on, I stepped back and I did about half of the events that I did in 2023, but almost made the same money because I did bring my prices up and I took the events that basically valued what I was putting on the table. I quit taking the low ball stuff, and that's what I quickly realized. It's okay to say no, because before they would lowball me, and I'd be like, yeah, okay, I can do this and I can do this, and the next thing I know, I'm out there giving them the world for half of what I normally make. And so that was a huge lesson for me, that you don't have to always have every gig. Sometimes a better one comes down the road right after.
What's up, L Boogie?
What's up, Landy? I like those. I think mine was, it's okay to pivot. It's okay to not just be stuck in your ways and be willing to pivot and do things a little different, or be willing to pivot to do something, change your mind on different things. Don't be stuck in your ways to where you can't change anything. And Mike did such a great job. I want to get through all of these because these are some great questions. So, the future, what's one bold goal you're setting for 2025 that scares you but excites you? What's that for you, Todd?
Mine's to let other people go do the work. It's exciting. I actually got DJ number 3 coming on.
What?
I'm training another guy, and I'm going to tell you right now, I worked my butt off to get into the high schools to get the dances, and I got the homecoming dance at the local high school, and it just happened that I had a wedding booked that exact same day. So I sent Mark out to do the homecoming dance, and I did the wedding, and both went smoothly, no problems, already rebooked at the school and stuff like that. But going into 2025, I'm going to step back and let them do more of the stuff, and that scares the crap out of me. It's exciting that I can do that, but it's also, I pride myself that, I've got over 25-star ratings on Google, and I don't think that's going to change, but yeah, that's definitely scary to let up on those reins and let someone else kind of take charge.
Well, congratulations in advance.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to do the same thing, man. Try not to be everywhere all the time, DJ every event that it comes on my plate, and try to delegate and trust some of the team to do stuff. And only the ones that they just solely ask for me am I going to try to definitely go do, and try to delegate and learn to grow this thing from behind the scenes. So that's real easy for me. Mike, what about you?
For me, I have a tendency of stretching myself or spread myself thin by doing too many things. So for me, it's going to be saying no and focusing on the things that I like to do and staying there.
Yeah. Okay.
That scares me because I also like helping people.
Yeah.
But sometimes that help, it starts to be something else. And it's a very thin line between that. So, like I said, for me, sticking to the things that I love to do and learning how to say no and mean it and only do those things.
All right. We're going to keep it moving. Self-improvement. If you could change one thing about yourself and commit to it for life or for however long, what would it be?
That's a good one. For me, staying focused.
Yeah. Wow. For me, probably would be, again, mine goes back to letting go and letting other people do stuff and not be as work, and trusting the process or trusting the people that you've trained to do the work. What about you, Todd?
Mine for for 2025 is to try to live lean. I've been told that I'm a hoarder and I have a problem. So yeah, I'm giving back a lot because matter of fact, I just sent a Rev 1 off to a guy that'll be there tomorrow. One of the other live streaming DJs that was DJing on a new Mark Party mix, just because I didn't need it up there on my wall because that's all it was doing. I'm sitting, there's a Rev 7 right here.
We'll get to that wall before this is over.
So yeah, I'm going to I need to quit being a hoarder and live lean.
Okay.
All right. And this one we're gonna let Todd answer the community check-in. What's one thing you would like to see on Two DJs and One Mic in 2025? And if you're in the audience and you want to comment, what is something you would like to see us do in 2025? Comment and we'll make sure we put it up. But Todd, what is something that you would like to see us do that you don't think we've done? Or
I'd like to see you bring maybe once a month, or probably once a month's good, maybe once every month. Bring a new DJ on, do a thing out there, a form or something. People can sign up for it and say, hey, I'm a new DJ, I've got questions. And do a question and answer with them for about 30 to 45 minutes, just like what we're doing tonight. But it's like I was a new DJ, that you don't even have a script. You let them come on and let them ask the questions, and the experienced DJs that are in the chat can give feedback too, and just have a session. I think that's not really out there for people. I mean, there's some paid services that you can have monthlies. You can do that. One of them I'm very passionate about, but I'm not going to promote other people right now. But I'm just saying, I think your all show would be great if we'd be like, hey, I'm a newer DJ, maybe like 3 years or less or something like that, and I've got questions. I don't think I'm doing this right or whatever. Bring them on the show and have an open forum, answer questions for them.
Mike, what you think about that? I think that's a good idea, man. So
I agree with it.
If we can't find one, can you get one of your guys to come on in a couple weeks?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, because a lot of people are afraid to ask for help too, or afraid to admit that they weren't, however you want to put it. They're afraid to ask that question. But I like that. I like that. Mike, is there anything you want to see, or do we want to just skip that one and just let the community say what they want to say?
I like the community to say that.
Yeah, okay.
Because, we could be biased.
Yeah.
I like the community.
Yeah.
I like that, and we're going to do everything in our power to implement that.
Yeah, I would say I guarantee if you put feelers out on like the DJ's help desk, which is a wonderful group that Rachel, Lou, and Travis put together, I guarantee I won't have to find somebody for you.
Okay, we're going to definitely
those DJs are out there. I guarantee. I got a feeling you would literally have to have a sign up list. I think you're going to have just the opposite. I think you're going to have a whole year's worth of people that want to come on.
52 shows.
I think it'd be just the opposite. I don't think you're gonna have problems finding people.
Well, we will put that in the help desk tomorrow.
Jay Dowd in the house.
I don't.
Jay, DJ, my onesie brother.
Yeah, Mike. I'm gonna say this is from. I don't know if Todd has watched enough shows or seen enough shows to know what his favorite guest besides himself maybe has been on the show. But what memorable guest? Who was your favorite guest on the show this year, Mike? And what did you take away from that story? I know this answer.
You know the answer. Is that what you said?
Maybe, but go ahead.
Man, we've had so many great people on here. That it's kind of scary. I'll say this today. Who I'm feeling like today? God, man, that's hard. I would say one of the things that really touched me this year was hearing Mel Starr's story.
I told you I knew the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, to know, and if I can have a moment to explain, to know that, or to discover that he's deaf in his left ear completely, and that he was considering giving up DJing because of the adjustment that was needed to be made, and to know that he's counting in his head when it comes to his scratching and cutting. That just blew me away. So, and to see how humble he was just good for me. So you were right, Jeff. You were right. I can't hear you, Jeff. You muted.
I know I'm on mute. I said I know because I know how much that touched both of us and how much that showed into us. But I'm gonna tell you, my most memorable show for us was to interview my couple, because they broke it down and they gave you everything you need to know in order to be a better DJ and get more bookings. Quick call back, answering the phone when people call, quick response, having your prices visible. They gave you the blueprint. If you didn't see that show, you can go back and watch it. But it was with a couple I DJ'd their wedding in October. Oh, we followed you, we watch you. We want to come on and do the show. And they came on and gave one of the best interviews. To me, that was my touch of this year, because they gave you the blueprint, man. If you just follow that, that was just wonderful. So that was one for me. And then Cal, I love the new DJs coming on the show. That's a cool way to find ideas and how to have us all grow. Yep. And then, maybe someone will even be honest. Oh, nobody will help me. Because I know coming up as a young DJ for myself, it was tough. People would cover up their records. People wouldn't tell you where they got stuff from. It was all kind of things back in the day that was, sneaky, dirty, trying to keep you from not coming up or get, you can have a record. I'm not going to play it how you play it. I may not play it with the same mix you do, but, don't hold stuff, just because. Yeah.
All right, moving right along, young Jeffrey. So music vibes, what song or album defined your 2024, and how did it shape your year? So many songs, so many albums.
No. I really can't. I can't think of I can't even think of an album, because you don't listen to albums anymore.
Well, let's just hold it at song. What song defined 2024 for you, and how did it shape your year? What was that song that you can go back to that really moved Jay?
For me, it would be Lil Boo Thing. That was my cut for the year. I'm just being honest. That was my cut. Or Shabuzi. Either that or Shabuzi was my cut. What about you, Todd? What was your cut for 2024?
The Ellie Goulding EDM song. I think it's actually came out before 2024, but got played big in 2024. All by myself. It's got the Depeche Mode sample in it. Enjoy the Silence. Depeche Mode being my favorite band of all time. And then also there was a EDM cover of Everyone Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. Hearing all those 80s kind of new wave and pop songs being resampled and brought back through EDM has been a high point of 2024 for me.
And see, that's so wonderful when you can get somebody that's in a whole nother realm of music and don't think like me and Mike, where it's got to be R&B or hip hop. Because I would say an album that everybody really slept on, it had some good stuff on it, was definitely Bees. The country, going from hip hop or pop, rock, whatever it was, all the way over to the countryside and doing her thing. But Mike, what's it for you? What moved you in 2024?
Please don't say Shabuzi, because if I ever have to listen to that song again, Shabuzi's Tipsy.
Well,
I'm gonna go down. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna say this: a song that really touched me, that was Jay Hollow, loving you, or whatever. Keep on loving. Put your loving on me, whatever the song is. You know what song I'm talking about. That song.
What's happening? And
not necessarily the lyrics, but the music itself. That song was a great song for me.
Keep on loving you.
Loving me, or whatever it is. Jay Hollow.
Okay.
Yeah. That song was good for me. TikTok.
can be a curse and a blessing at the same time.
Oh yes.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, sure can.
Lady Gaga, Bloody Mary. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
You don't agree with that?
So
Yeah.
Todd, what inspired you to gift us these awesome onesies? What is the story behind it?
Okay. I've been wearing onesies for some time, and when I went to Harvest of Sound and I brought that onesie up there and to that party, I had so many people come up to me that were laughing, and I love it. And I got people that said to me, they're not laughing with you, they're laughing at you. And I looked at them straight in the face and said, that is awesome, because laughter is the best medicine and laughter brings love. So if they're laughing at me and I'm getting people to laugh, I'm fine with that. And the fact that the two of you gentlemen came up and told me how you loved that I wasn't scared to do my own thing, and the fact that I came in there and was really enjoying myself, not worried about what other people thought. It was like, these guys get it. So it was like, what can I do? What can I do to give back to these gentlemen? And you all could have said to me, hey, we need a new Behringer soundboard, or we need, the latest, greatest digital mixer or something like that. And I would have probably figured it out. But at the time, it was like, I was like, let's get you all some onesies. And we know why you weren't there this year. And I hope your health keeps getting better. But I have promised Jerry, who's in chat, I will be at MEX. So I'm hoping you gentlemen will be at MEX in Las Vegas in February. I will be bringing onesies with me. Jerry, you better get your onesie ready, or better get you a onesie. If you
we'll be there.
Well, we know you got one
need
ride.
A new style of onesie, you let me know, because I'll make it happen.
Because Jay is gonna ride with you in the onesie wagon.
Yeah,
this will be my first time at being MEX. I've never been to it, so I'm ready to introduce MEX to the onesies.
Yeah, we'll be there, and we can't wait. We cannot wait. Onesie all the way up.
But yeah, it's just like it's like we've always said. If you can't love yourself and love what you're doing and not worry about what everybody else thinks, what are you doing? What are you doing? And that's why you all got it. I mean, the fact that the conversations you all had with me that night and the next day and stuff, was like, these guys get it. And that's why I was like, I got to get them some of the dopest onesies I can find. Because you got additional hats. Those hats are cool. But those other hats you got that go with them too are pretty awesome also.
Oh, Mike, you know what your hat is?
I only got this hat.
You only got one hat? You didn't get the dollar?
I sent 2 gold baseball hats.
Oh,
big dollar bills on the front of them too.
Yes. So, you know what, Todd? I do have it. I do have it, Todd.
There you go. See, I was giving you all options what you wanted to go with.
I forgot about that.
I've been wearing the bucket hats lately, so I was good with this. But before we do our you want to do the giveaway next, Mike, or what you want to do?
Let's let's do the last question and come back to the giveaway.
And Todd, you don't have to jump off, do you?
No, you got me like till the end of the show. Like I said, I live stream to 9 p.m. Central, so I'm good.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah, I'm just screenshotting the giveaway. I did the drawing.
Is Jerry a DJ too?
Oh, very much so.
Okay, well,
Jerry's an awesome DJ.
Jerry's coming to MEX too?
He's the one that made me promise him that I was coming to, because I usually do Harvest of Sound and DJ. He was like, dude, you got to come to MEX. And so he's bugged me for the last 3 years about it. So I promised him this February I will be at MEX.
Okay.
Wow. That's good. That is good. So hold on, give me 1 second. I'm just uploading the giveaway. I did the drawing.
So anybody that goes to MEX, you've had fair warning. I will be there, and there will be onesies adorned.
Yep, we will be there. And Jeff, we're gonna have to bring the onesie.
Well, I got like 3 of them, Mike, so I'm good.
Well, I need a new onesie. I gotta
I'm
find
gonna
me.
buy you one. I'm gonna buy you one.
I don't trust you.
I tell you what we need. I tell you what you need, and if they're listening in, or you guys talk to them next, you tell that EV crew that we really need some EV onesies.
We got to schedule a meeting with Marco. That may be in the works. Okay.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. The whole EV team onesies.
Onesies.
All right, so I did the drawing, Jeff, and that's the lucky person.
Oh, get out of here.
Yep. Chris is the lucky person.
Congratulations. So Chris wins the what is this? You giving away both of them to one person?
We can do a drawing for I just did one drawing for and it had both, but we can do another one for someone.
Yeah, you need to do 2. He said he wanted the first and the second prize.
Yeah. Give me 1 second to do another drawing. Okay. Wow. Okay. In 1 second.
Wow.
Rob.
While we're waiting on him, Ty, give us a little bit about your show, where we can find you at where you're mixing it up, where you're doing your reggae tomorrow and all that good stuff.
So tonight at 9 Central, I will be on kick.com, just like it sounds, kick.com/Sickmiller. My last name is what I DJ for. I'll be doing a tech house set tonight into the wee hours of the morning, probably at least 3 to 4 hours tonight. And then tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern Time, 12:30 Central, I will be opening up the House of Reggae with Team Shine right back on Kick. So I'm the opener, so my channel. And then what we do is we do 1 hour sets and we host out to other DJs. I actually did one of those from up at Harvest of Sound. And the great thing about it is after I get done, you can go back and watch the VODs. The recordings are up there. Go back and review any of those. So yeah, I would love to see people tonight if you can tonight or tomorrow. Definitely join us for House of Reggae because, like I said, every one of the DJs and content creators that are part of Team Shine and House of Reggae tomorrow are just absolutely wonderful. You'll be completely blessed by that group. So hope to see each and every one of y'all. Thank you.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
Okay, we have our other winner.
All right. Who is the other winner?
Can you see the screen?
Extremes LD.
Yes, that is Yolanda Scott.
Okay. Congratulations, Miss Scott. Mike will be getting in contact with you about getting your next prize. And I already sent out a thing congratulating Chris and in the group, letting him know he won. And again, Miss Scott, congratulations. She won the boom, right?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
All right. So in closing, looking back, what advice would 2024 version of yourself give to the 2023 version? What advice do you have for your 2025 self?
Wow. That's a lot of advice there, Mike.
Yeah. Well, let's keep it simple. From 2024, what advice do you have for your 2025 person?
Push just a little bit harder and you set your expectations a little bit higher so you can make that goal for you keep pushing it down the road. What up, Mario? Hello to Mario out there.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, that's what I'm gonna do. Just keep pushing and get better this year than I was last year.
What about you, Todd?
2024 self back to 2023 self, be 2023 self, be willing to accept help. Don't think you have to do it all yourself. When I started actually accepting help and listening to people that, wanted to help me out and allowing them to do that, because literally it wasn't just accepting, allowing them. It made 2024 a whole lot better. And it's the main reason I'm live streaming a lot this year, which I'm absolutely loving. It's a love for it. And moving into 2025, kind of what we touched on earlier, is being willing to kind of turn the reins over to other people. If other people have got other ideas, listen to their ideas and be willing to support them on those, and don't be quick to judge the idea. Take time to listen to what they have to say and what they're trying to do, and how I can be part of that.
It's great. For myself, I would say trust yourself, and you are good enough to do whatever it is you want to do.
I like
Run toward it and do it, passionately, and just do your best.
Yeah. That's all.
Do your best.
And like you say, get 100. Don't just try to do enough to be good. Do enough to be great, and master a craft or whatever. Todd, one more question real quick about Kick. If I'm trying to go watch the shows, is it hard what all do you have to do as a person to watch the shows? Just
sign up for account. I mean, you can actually watch me without signing up for account, but if you want to be able to chat in the chat with other people and use the little emojis, and stuff like that, sign up for account. It doesn't cost you anything. And then basically you can turn on notifications. So anytime I go live, it'll email you or text you your phone, or you can turn those off. You don't have to leave them on. But it's as simple as that. It's the same as like they're watching your all's live stream here on Facebook right now. It's exactly the same thing. They basically just go to kick.com/Sickmiller, click on it. When I go live at the top right now where it says offline, I love you, it'll switch to live. It'll be a live picture of me, and they turn the volume on and they hear the goodness that I'm going to be knocking out tonight. So if you like house music, 100%.
He put it in there.
I'm looking.
I didn't know if I could put a hyperlink, so I broke it up. So it's kick.com / my last name, Sickmiller.
So if I'm on the platform, what do I need to?
At the very top, you're on the platform right now. At the very top, that search field at the top, just type in Sickmiller up there, and it'll take you right to my site. Or if you're kind of tech savvy, you can go up on the address bar and put kick.com / Sickmiller, and it'll take you directly to my page.
All right.
Yeah, I see it. You got 678 followers.
Yep.
So we're going to hold
679. We're following you.
We're going to hold you to
Thank
what
you
you
very
said
much.
about bringing us over and making us strong.
Oh, I'll help you all build your page. I'll help you get followers to your page, and I would love to have. I mean, we've got abilities to do guest DJs in the stream too, and I've wanted to do that for some time.
I'm Dollar Bill Man.
There you go, Dollar Bill Man. But get both of you on there doing DJ sets, and we'll all host over to each other. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Saying,
We're ready.
I see the stuff you keep putting up, Mike, and I love it. And I'm like, why is he not on here doing this?
Kevin is out of control. Talking about he'll be stealing his son clothes soon. Don't steal your son clothes. Buy you some clothes. Yep. So
man, I love it. Hey, I'll be on there, Todd. I'll definitely be on there. I'll get with you offline.
Yeah,
me and Jay, and tell us what we need to do and how we need to build it.
Did you all do your Twitch, or did someone else do it for you?
I did it for me. I did my own. But
if you can do Twitch, you can do Kick. Kick's even easier than Twitch.
Did you ever try Mixcloud or anything like that?
I did Twitch for like 3 years, and I think my Twitch channel right now has like 101 followers. And for me personally, I have nothing against Twitch. I have a lot of friends that are still DJ on there. I have friends on there that play video games on there and stuff like that have over, thousands of followers and stuff like that. But for me personally, I didn't feel the same love from the Twitch platform. I think what I like about Kick over Twitch, now Twitch has it years later. At the time when I was over there, you just had a music category. So you were in there DJing while some people could be in there playing guitars or drums and piano. It was all the music's all combined, where that was what was attractive to me 2 years ago with Kick, was they had a dedicated live DJ category. So you would come in there and the only people who were in that category were DJs. And I really like that. Now I know that Twitch now has a DJ category, but it's still not the same as what it is on Kick. Kick
What's the name of it again? It's just Kick?
KICK.com.
Okay. All right. I know I already signed up because I think me and you talked at one of the shows. Look at you, got your Kick hat and everything. Look at we need some Kick sponsors.
I kind of not really sponsored by them, but let's just say they sent me a lot of gear to wear during my stream.
That means you're sponsored, sir.
Hey, Todd, that's equivalent to that Salisbury steak.
There you go. That's it. It said to be a meal, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, 2024 is coming to a quick end, and wanted everybody to be able to enjoy their New Year.
Thank you.
And
I just thought about it.
Yeah, go ahead, Todd.
I forgot. I'm glad you all just said that about sponsors, but this isn't even a sponsor. This is a thank you. So the Chris earlier that won the ears, was that Chris Carr that won, or is that a different Chris?
No, it's a different Chris.
Okay, different Chris. Well, anyways, for Chris Carr, there you go, sir. This was my Christmas present from him in Harvest of Sound. I love those guys up there. Thank you so much, Chris. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Wonderful Christmas present. I had one from last year, which is right here behind me. I'm blocking it, but yeah, this one was sent this year to me, and I really, really.
Oh no!
How's my stomach?
No.
So we can't let a show get away in the month.
There you go.
Without the hats.
Wow.
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Here's the hat I wear in my live streams for a reason. I'm a wrestling fan. This is a John Cena hat.
Oh,
really? It's because what it says on it.
Let's see. We gotta focus in on Todd. Never give up. I like that. I like that.
In the back of it says it talks about respect.
Yep. Well, brother, we will see you in February in the great state of Nevada at South Point for
I'm looking forward to
Max PBX.
yes.
Do you have your walking shoes on? Because it's a lot of walking.
A lot of walking, Todd. A lot of walking. And
it can't be as bad as that boardwalk in Atlantic City.
Well, no. Well,
I don't stay at the Hard Rock. I have yet to ever stay at the Hard Rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, he does
walking.
We got a story about the Super 8 in Atlantic City, Jerry and I, to tell you in February. It's a story for a different time. But yeah, he and I stayed at Bolly's this year, and we walked up and down that boardwalk about a mile each time. So
wow.
Yeah, we did a lot of walking.
Yeah. So wow, my antlers are all over the place.
All right, so
you see, there's even more because this one even it's still got the tag on it.
Enough about the hat, sir. Yeah, we want to thank everybody for joining us for the entire year, and we want to wish you guys a happy New Year, and be safe tomorrow. And for the DJs, if you're working tomorrow, as Slick Rick says, knock them out the box.
Knock them out, Uncle Ricky.
Yes, knock them out. You guys have a great time. We look forward to doing bigger and better things in 2025. To all of our sponsors, thank you. To Jeff and his little bitty onesie, cutting off his circulation.
Don't need to do that. Oh my goodness.
When you're out there doing your gigs, make sure you're having fun.
Yeah.
Remember, you should be having fun. If you're not having fun, it's okay to reset sometimes. But make sure you're having fun. Have
Reset.
fun.
Yes.
And finally, y'all, big thank you to all of our sponsors: James, Curator Live, KC, The Marquee Show, CP, EP Start, eStart, Ben, Cat, Cal, and NFLX Professional, Ray, Top Light, and his whole team, Tony, Serato, Ultimate Is, Rich, and y'all can thank Tony for those prizes, Rich Lang at Midwest DJs Live, Sean, Hazen, and the Hazen Family Media, DJ X Show, Rob, can't say that last name for nothing, MEX and PBX, Peter and Steve over in Europe, PBX Europe, Marco with Electro Voice, Tyler, Chris, C, Lou, and Chris W, and J Dowd, a new member, part of the ownership team of Harvest of Sound, and Will, I am a Jetpack. And of course, you can't forget about the number one, the guy that makes it all happen, the producer, A-Rock, Aaron Thomas. We thank y'all. Looking forward to another great year. We will see y'all in Vegas or at NAMM or wherever the next stop is. Mike, take us out of here, man. As Dion would say, give my theme music.